We're giving a shout out to Andrew Laser and to Marshall Racing. Hey, Jennifer. Here we go. Green flag coming out. Tyler Thomas wasted no time slicing across the nose of the 7M car, knocking him back a notch. Chance Morton back on the attack, or trying to get back on the attack. He's not going to hang with him. Tyler Thomas very comfortable in the 91T car around this racetrack, and it shows as he pulls half a straightaway on him down in turn number 1 and 2. The battle's going to be for the number 2 spot, and maybe Klossmeyer coming from the tail of the field. Jesse Colwell's right there, the number 71, chomping at the bit on the 7M car. Chance Morton able to hold him off. And there's your cluster with Klossmeyer looking down low. Trying to get a run on Chisholm in the 56X car. Can't quite get there to the door shut. No room to roam for the 27. Klossmeyer's got to back out of it again, try to storm the castle one more time. As up front, we single him out and go fence post formation. Now to turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. 56 cars right there as well. Thomas up front laying a big old gone on him. 1.480 the advantage for Tyler Thomas in the 91T car, and he came loaded for bear here to I-44 Riverside Speedway. Chance Morton running at number 2 spot by his lonesome, got a cushion of comfort back to the number 71 car, Colwell. Rounding out those top 3. Then you got your 56 cars. Alex Bright's transponder not picking up, but Bright's right there in the mix as well. Trail in the 56X. He's going to run down his car owner. Now to turn number 2 and down the back straightaway as the laps have dwindled. Here's the white flag. Final trip around for Thomas up front. A little gas and out of the corner. He'll take her down the back straightaway and settle into that checkered flag. And the battle's going to be for the number 4 spot when it's all said and done. Forget about Chance and forget about the 71 car of Jesse. He's safe. The battle's for 4th, and Bright can't get there in time. Or I did get there in time, rather. Sorry about that. Identical race cars. And Alex Bright squeaked around the outside and picked up the number 4 spot over Mark Chisholm, his car owner, in the 56X. So a good run for Alex Bright, Collegeville, Pennsylvania racer. So that'll do it for heat race number 1. Take us into heat race number 2. Ken Osborne checking in. Thank you so much for joining us as we get set to go with our interview.
Starting the night off right. Now, he really had some success towards the end of his season with his first midget win. But, Tyler, this heat race has to feel pretty good, this win.
Yeah, it's always good to start off the night with a heat win. You know, we didn't get any passing points, so we'll just have to try and make the most of it in the qualifier.
There we go. On to the qualifier. Tyler Thomas, back up top.
Pontiac motor underneath the hood of the 77B car. We'll see what the old Pontiac's got for her. She gasses it up. She's going to hit the tires. Nope, got a little shot in the shorts. Now take her around. Fortunately, the tail of the field she goes. It's going to be Felker, your race leader, down into the quarter. 44S car kind of skips it through turn number 3 and 4 and onto the front straightaway. Newman keeps him company running it at number 2 spot. And Sarf is right there as well, 21KS car. Battles for the number 4 spot. Logan Seavey duking it out back behind with the 4C of Luke Howard. Howard is able to hold him off. Seavey will finish him off out of turn number 4. We'll move into P4 on the field. Prompt open the door for Dyson. Dyson not able to capitalize. It's Pursley rolls along back into number 6 position. Up front, still the 44S of Felker showing away. Opens up a split of 5-5-5. Triple nickel. The distance between himself and Newman into 3N cars. They'll hustle down the back straightaway. Newman made the Chili Bowl A-main last year with a driver behind the wheel of the 3N car. And that's saying something. 300 and some entries right down here in Oklahoma. You put her in the A-main, that's an accomplishment in and of itself. Newman is working hard trying to chip off that lead. The battle may be for the number 3 spot. Sarf's got it. Here comes Seavey in the 67 car. Rips her out of turn number 2 and down the back chute, and she is definitely hooked up. You see a front end light on the number 67 as Seavey tries to stay into the throttle and get himself around Sarf, as Sarf just quick enough. He'll lickety split onto the back straightaway. Lap traffic lies ahead as unfortunately Olivia Bennett's car handling like a pig on ice. That thing is not getting through the corner. It's tight, loose, and everywhere in between. And she wanders around like a lost child. Unfortunately, the 4 runners are going to pass on by, and Sarf's going to try to use it. The checkered flag couldn't get there in time. So Felker's going to pick up the win. Jake Newman will go second. Carter Sarf, your top 3. Then it's Seavey, Pursley, Howard, Decker, and Bennett was how we'll stack out the field. As Andrew Felker makes his way down here towards victory lane or the front stretch, talk with Haley Shanley. Haley down here with us again. You know her. She likes cats. I think that goes without saying.
Heat race number 2. Driving the Chad Shields, Nesco, Hyper Chassis, Community Mortgage, Fontana Powered Hyper, Andrew Felker.
Andrew Felker, congratulations on that heat race win. Tell me, as you're getting into lap traffic, as you're approaching it, are you seeing that as a challenge, or are you seeing it as something you can use to your advantage?
A little bit of challenge there. I mean, the track's not narrow, but it's not necessarily wide either where the racing groove's at right now. And typical I-44 is a little bit rough there on entry 1 and kind of bobbled there a little bit, but luckily we're up in the groove where no one can make a move on us.
Congratulations, Andrew Felko, your heat race winner.
So they run a lot of midgets and micros. Gas it up. Here we go. Mahako. Better start for him that time. That was a good redo. A mulligan for the F5s. He's got him out of 3-car length advantage coming out of the corner. I thought we were going to tag him up there again. Kyle Jones was dangerously close to getting caught up with Bennett. Bennett shrugs him off and powers onward. Ever forward. So, caught the tire around and a little Tommy tip over down in the corner, and that's not how you want to start your evening. Kyle Jones is looking at the dirt. Telequa. I heard Jim say that in the background. Boy, they're nudging. Little kick in the keister from Mahako. Mahako says, I'll go. Bye-bye. Down into the corner. Battle for the number 2 spot, maybe. 11B cars right there. Haley Bryson pestering through turn number 3 and 4 and onto the front straightaway. Not quite able to get nose up on Bennett. Lance holds it off. Side-by-side battle back behind. Around the outside goes Ace, and McCarthy's got something. Oh, he's gassed up. Elbows up. Down into turn number 3 and 4 just as Bennett got his pocket picked, and he comes right back and takes the number 2 spot back away, and it is fierce and feisty for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Back behind the 42 car, here comes Hank up through as well. Hank finding these feathers as he'll fly down into turn number 3 and 4. The 42 car highly visible, and we got a spinner. Caution flag coming out for the 9X. Pivoted around out of the corner. What happened right there is he was on the throttle so hard for Shoemaker, he had the front end up in the air, and he got tapped just a little bit, and it sent him askew, and he tried to save it and unfortunately stalled the car. So look at him pushed off quickly and tagged onto the tail. Little lucky break for Hank Davis in the 42 car. So we'll see. Mahako again getting his tail feathers ruffled by Lance Bennett. Bennett trying to nudge him along. Lost his momentum, and here comes that 3-4 car cluster out of turn number 2, and watch Hank Davis, the number 42 car. Charges down into turn number 3 and 4, and he is going to blaze around the top shelf and get a 2 for out of the corner. Took him 3 wide, and Davis on the move. I told you. Oh, I told you to watch him. He'll blow around Bennett, and Mahako is sitting duck up front. He's got all the candles lit in the 42 car. Ripper down the corner, a little 3-car battle back behind as they'll duke it out, but it's a battle for your race lead down the back chute. Ty Mahako's got it, and Hank Davis wants it. Up to the back bumper. Little blast to the pass. White flag comes out. He's got another shot at him. He'll sling her down in turn number 1 and 2. Drop the nose. Look to the inside of Mahako. Drag race down to the corner. Nope. Mahako. Good bit of defensive driving for the F5 car, and Davis ain't going to get there. He'll finish out in the number 2 spot, but what a run for the number 42. Kaylee Bryson, the 11B car, will finish out in the top 3. But Ty Mahako held him off, and my goodness gracious, was that close. Oh, you love it. Gotta love it. POWRi, Lucas Oil National Midget League is lit up here tonight, and we're going to send it down to Haley Shanley.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give this driver a big round of applause. With all the bad luck he had last night, I guarantee he's going to appreciate it. Haley, take it away, babe.
Thanks, guys. Ty Mahako down here with this heat race win. Ty, talk to me about your asphalt and sprint car racing experience. Were you able to apply any of that to here in this heat race?
Yeah, the asphalt deal just kind of made me smooth, which really helped me deal with the car being rough through them holes, you know. That thing was a dump truck there, but I'm sure we'll get it turned up.
There you have it, Ty Mahako, your heat race winner.
It's a nice little 8-pack cluster. On the bumpers. Green flag comes out. Good start up front, side by side. It's going to be Edwards get the first one down the corner. Andrews settles into the number 2 spot. A little stair-step formation coming back behind as everybody finds a rhythm down into turn number 3 and 4. And up front, Edwards looking to walk the dog on him. Andrews hangs tough in the number 2 spot. Battles for 3rd on the field. 3H of Mitchell Davis there. Ryan Bickett, Rhino. Little slip of the grip down on the inside. Is going to give up some distance. So 3H will power out away, and here comes Andrews on the charge. Had something at turn number 3 and 4. I don't know what he found at that end of the racetrack, but if he can keep Edwards close, he might be able to pick him off to the flag stand. We'll find out. Andrews smooth through that end of the racetrack. Not going to happen that time by. As we're in freight train formation around the racetrack. See you, Sam, on the attack a little further back, working on wheeling. As Andrews again closes. Hot on the tail tank, down into the corner, snaps that baby in, and he is running close quarters with the 17E of Blake Edwards up front. So 95 Andrews now looks a little bit lower down turn number 3 and 4, trying to get a charge to the inside. Not there just yet. Maybe, maybe not. He is digging, pawing, scratching, and clawing. Can't quite get around to 17E, but his presence is definitely felt as now he goes top shelf, dives it off, grabs some gravity, can't get there that time either. Laps are dwindling, 2 to go. That time by the starter stand. White flag coming out the next time for Edwards up front. Andrews jumped the cushion and spun the tires out of turn number 2. That cost him some car lengths. Did it cost him the race? We're going to find out. The white flag is out. Another run. She'll bring her down off the banking. Not going to get there. He needs divine intervention down turn number 3 and 4, and it's not going to be found as Edwards rolls out, picks up the checkered flag. Andrews goes second, and a 3H car, Mitchell Davis, rounds out the top 3. We'll put that one into the books. Ryan Bickett finishes out 4th on the field. Dustin Whelan, Sam Johnson, Gavin Stout, and Emilio Hoover. Your 8 cars out of POWRi Lucas Oil National Midget League Heat Race number 4. And with that, we're going down for an interview with Blake Edwards.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, driving the Paul Edwards, Max Roofing, Max Hydraulic, A1 Machine Shop, S-Linger Powered Boss. Ladies and gentlemen, out of Coweta, Oklahoma, give it up for your race winner, 22-year-old Blake Edwards.
Blake Edwards, congratulations on that heat race win. Talk about the pressure you were experiencing out there all race long pretty much.
Yeah, starting on pole, you have no choice but to win. And then I knew Chris Andrews was going to be tough. And when he showed me his nose, I knew I couldn't make a mistake with the laps that were remaining, but car's going good, we're doing good, so worst part is I'm fat and out of breath.
Hey, well, coming away with a heat race win. We'll see you out here in just a little bit. Blake Edwards.
That's awesome. It's a little darker down here. To the throttle we go. Wesley Smith going to lead the charge down in turn number 1 and 2 in the 44 car. Wise looking down low on the number 32. Marshall able to hold him off and look around the outside. Good run out of the Macho Man. Brady Bacon did not have a good run last night. He looks absolutely stellar in this heat race. He is gassed up, backs it down into the corner. Brady Bacon, the Macho Man's got his foot to the wood. Down the back chute into turn number 3 and 4. Wise back in the number 4 spot. Behind him comes Tanner Carrick in the 71K car, but up front, look out, threw a mud plug off of one. Rolled to the infield. The official's going to go out and just kind of kick it back in. We'll stay green flag. And we are dangling the donuts out the number 44, Wesley Smith up front. Gassed up. The run's going to be on March of Brady Bacon, the Macho Man, trying to set him up for a pass. And Wise comes to call now for the number 3 spot, trying to get that position back into 39 BC. Bacon, that little move he made down the inside, trying to set up Marcham, cost him some distance. And then I'm telling you, it is hammered down around this tiny little 5th mile. Top 5 cars have broken away from Zach Dahm. The Dominator skips his way down into turn number 1 and 2, trying to run down the top 5. As here comes the Macho Man. Nope, dropped the nose. Can't get the traction for action, though, in the 21H car. He can get the position, he can get the angle of attack, but can't get the drive to get the job done. For Brady Bacon in the 21H car, he's going to have to follow along on the wheel tracks. White flag is out up front for the 44. He's throwing some flamage out of the pipe as he got out of the throttle for Wesley Smith. That thing is stout. The Dixon, Missouri runner rolls out of turn number 4. Checkered flag comes out, and that one goes into the books. We're going to finish out the way we were talking about it with Smith, Marcham, Bacon, and Wise, your top 4. And Carrick rounding out the top 5. Tanner Thorson chiming in. It is Hero Dirt, Tanner. I love that saying. I use it all the time. And that is totally your saying. That's where I heard it. I can't even remember where you were talking about that. Regardless, Wesley Smith's down there. We're going to join in with Haley for the interview.
Gertie Powered Spike, your winner of heat race number 5. Give it up for the Nixa, Missouri driver, 20-year-old Wesley Smith.
Wesley Smith, your heat race winner. Talk to me. What was the fastest line around this track?
Right now it's around the cushion. I think the track's definitely going to get higher. Car's a bit of a handful right now. We got some work to do, but it's a good thing to build off of. So,
congratulations, Wesley Smith, your heat race winner. Back up top.
Competition. If you're coming to one of these races, get a Turnpike Challenge shirt. They are so cool. I went and got one today. Had to have one. But anyhow, undefeated Turnpike Challenge competition. Needs that spot for passing points, and he is up in no man's land down turn number 1 and 2 with a good drive, and that's a plan. That's a plan with it's going to work. McIntosh follows. 08 car's kind of watching Bell, looking around the outside. He'll go down low. Bell goes right back up to the wall. Big drive down off the corner. Gave up the number 2 spot, and that was all in the plan for Christopher Bell in the 21 car. Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out what he does this time. Turn number 1 and 2. McIntosh coming back at him. Cannon not impressed at all with the resume that the 21 car has out in front. Jerry Coons Jr. not impressed by either of the two youngsters. Darting around back behind as he'll gas her out of the corner and across the straight for lap number next. Be 5 laps to go that time by. 3 scored into books, and Cannon McIntosh is all around. Christopher Bell's the caution comes out for the 10H car Hunt. Stop down at turn number 4. So that'll stack us back up here in this heat race number 6 of 7. Each for the Collinsville, Oklahoma runner running the stealth chassis, Esslinger power underneath the hood. Quickly back to the green. Here we go. Jerry Coons Jr. Boy, that thing is smooth coming down off the banking. Smooth as butter. Not quite smooth for Christopher Bell to 21 cars. He hopped down into the corner pretty hard there on that right rear tire. It's a wonder he didn't blow that thing apart. Settles himself down this time on the attack. He's not going to run down Jerry Coons up front. The POWRi looks very stellar in that number 1 spot, unless Christopher Bell could pull some magic. He'll need more tricks in the clown's pocket if he's going to do that. Watching them through, they're all single file. Down the front chute into the corner. Coons, Bell, McIntosh. 1, 2, 3 on the field. Now here comes Holly Holland, the 67K car. She wants to play ball with the boys. She'll sling the old Sirius XM rod down in there, and she's running a little higher entry in turn number 3 and 4, and I think that's where it pays dividends for us. White flag comes out. McIntosh on the attack on Bell, picks him off out of turn number 2. Christopher Bell goes backwards in the 21 car. Checkered flag comes out. It's Coons, McIntosh, Bell, and Holland. Oh, my. Hello. Talk about throwing down your glove and challenging someone. What do you think of that, race fans? Holy smokes, Cannon McIntosh. Big move. Jerry Coons Jr. picking up the win up front, uncontested. That number 1 spot, though, down here on the front stretch. We're going to send her down for the interview.
Gray Auto, Boated Spine Design, Speedway Toyota Powered Stealth. Your winner of heat race number 6 out of Tucson, Arizona, Jerry Coons Jr.
Racing Electronics heat race number 6 winner Jerry Coons Jr. Jerry, you stayed out front. You were super consistent that entire heat race. How excited are you for this heat race win?
Man, I actually got to beat Christopher Bell. Not many people get to do that anymore. You know, Christopher and I are good friends, and we talked after last night. We were in the heat race. He was out walking to draw his pill. He said, I'm going to try to go draw not your heat race. We end up on the front row together. I knew it was all in the start. I had to jump the start a little bit, and I did. It was the only way I was going to beat him, and I you know, not make a mistake. So just the POWRi Motorsports, Stealth Toyota, running good, and you know, we still got a couple more races to try to keep up with him. But it's like I said, I have a lot of respect for Christopher. He's one of my favorites, and you know, so anytime I get to race with him, battle, it's just fun.
The night is still young, but a strong performance by Jerry Coons Jr. Your Racing Electronics heat race 6 winner. Back up top.
Speed Shift TV, got to give a shout out. Swindell Speed Lab helping me out. I had a question for him. He answered it. Made me feel important. Here we go. Good charge down the inside. Tony Bruce Jr. looks absolutely stellar out here in Oklahoma. The 18 car slices into the number 2 spot. Hahn up front, not a surprise. Look out. Almost biked up the number 52. He quickly recalibrated. Continues on his merry way. The battle's going to be for the number 3 spot. 96 car Brewer out wide. Opened up the door and almost got the 17 Austin Brown through. As Brown backs out of it. Now, again tries it. Brewer slicing down across this. Nay. Not going to happen on that time out of turn number 4. And that 3-car battle taking place for 4th, 5th, and 6th. And no, big push. Little too hot into the corner. Brewer out over the cushion, gives up 2 spots. And a big capitalizer is Cole Bodine. The rookie runner, the number 15 car, slicing through there like a master. Saw that whole thing set up. Set his sights, pulled the trigger, and now is going to work on the 2B of Brett Becker. That'll be a battle for the number 3 spot. 17 car, don't count him out just yet either. Austin Brown starting to find some more rhythm. Back behind as he'll bounce his way down off the banking. Big charge, and he's got it. No! Power slide down in the corner, slams into the number 2 car. Becker shrugs him off and hangs on to 3rd for now. As they'll bring it across, it'll be 2 laps to go this time. And that 3-car battle is tremendous. Tussle down into the corner, way up high for Bodine. He's up in the cushion, just ripping along with that right rear dangling out there in the marbles, if you will. The white flag is out up front. 3 cars for 1 spot. Who's it going to be? Becker hanging on to it, at least for now. Bodine makes the move on to number 17, puts Brown back a position. Checker flag is flown up front. And Bodine with another run's not going to get there. Blake Hahn, Tony Bruce Jr., Brett Becker, your top 3. Bodine in the number 4 spot. And that was hard fought as he definitely worked up a sweat. But Blake Hahn laid one on him. Margin of victory, 1.755. Margin of victory for Blake Hahn. He says, not in my house. Well, he didn't say that. We'll find out what he says when he gets down here to the front stretch and has a chat with Haley.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, driving the MFH Racing. Drive WFX.com. Oil Fire Whiskey. Toyota powered Triple X Midget, car number 52, your winner of heat race number 7. Ladies and gentlemen, out of Sapulpa, Oklahoma, give it up for the 24-year-old Blake Hahn.
Blake Hahn with a commanding lead. You are 1.75 seconds faster than our second place finisher. How good is this 52 car feeling tonight?
That sounds a lot better than it felt, but you know, anytime we can get a heat win with these guys, we're happy about it. But we had a really good car yesterday, just not the good results in the A main, but you know, we tried a little bit something for tonight and it worked. So looking forward to the qualifier, see if we can do that again and hopefully start on the front row of this A main.
Blake Hahn, your Racing Electronics Heat Race 7 winner. Back up top.
But still not a full-time midget racer, so a relatively rookie front row in this C-main event, trying to race her way into the B's. We're taking the top 4. Green flag set to fly. 8 laps will go very quickly, and I thought we were going to stack them up. Not the case. Sterling Kling was able to power out of it, and he got him hoisted around. So we'll run a bumper to bumper out of turn number 2 and down back straightaway. Battle for the number 4 spot is going to be hot and heated here in about 2 laps as Kling is fighting his way through the B3 ride. 35 cars. Down into the corners, 1 spot out looking in on the bump spot as they take it on through. As Andrew Laser in the 47 BC, the Clausen Marshall ride, rolls out of the corner, has got to get himself around the number 4M car, Michelle Decker. Decker's got a transfer. Laser needs it. Battle for your race lead up front. That was a slingshot move coming out of turn number 2 and a lot of drive out of Gavin Stout. Trying to get back into that number 1 spot. It's not going to be able to do so. DeCamp, your race leader. Here comes Laser down the inside. Starting to feel his oats perhaps a little bit as he'll challenge Decker, and Decker keeps out wide. He'll finally seal the deal down into the corner. That'll put Decker on the bump spot. Back behind the 35, a Kling is ramping around. He's looking for a run down to the inside. There's nothing to be found in that position. Needs a good charge this time, and here comes the 10H car, Hunt, who had a bad run in his heat race earlier on, ended up going to the tail of the field, and that's how he finds himself in this C-main, and he's trying to race into a transfer spot. He's challenging hard. Working her into the 4th position. Just ahead as we got contact and hang on to it. Kling back onto the gasket, almost center into the wall. White flag is out up front for your race leader. Into a little bit of lap traffic for DeCamp. Laser running second on the field. Kind of working around the bottom. Back behind, look at that. Decker able to get around, get the number 4 spot away, and a little move down turn number 1 and 2. Checkered flag comes out. We'll put that one into the books, and Decker's going to the B main. Stout is not. Nor is John Hunt. He was up there momentarily in a number 4 spot. But it's going to be DeCamp, Laser, Gas, and Decker all going to the back of the B's.
17.
Good looking hot rod itself. Like the daytime running lights. Here we go. Bacon and Holland front row. Holland trying to jump the start on Bacon. They're side by side. Not bad, in fact. We'll take it. Tyler Thomas, 91 T-car. Snap that baby loose. That'll open himself up to attack out of McIntosh. He'll slide on through into the number 3 spot. Now Thomas on the bump. Here comes Coons down the inside. Jerry Coons Jr. goes P4. Tyler Thomas went from being very well in to very well out. And behind, Christopher Bell finding some speed now. 21 cars got a race in out of this qualifiers. He'll skip out of turn number 4, wheeling it up. He is on the throttle and puts the whip to it out of turn number 2. Up front, your race leader, Holly Holland. 67K car showing away the 21. Brady Bacon rolling along in the number 2 spot. Colin McIntosh in the number 3 position behind Jerry Coons Jr. to 25. And Christopher Bell does not have a transfer spot at this juncture. He's trying, but he has got a wheel for all he is worth, as he has got about a 4-car length deficit. The Jerry Coons Jr. to 25 car, and this could be an upset here tonight. He'd have to take a past champions provisional to get into the feature event for the 21 car if he can't get around Jerry Coons Jr. Coons knows it. He is down low, and here comes Bill trying to make a move on Jerry Coons. Slinging out across. Jerry Coons right back around the outside. That didn't work. He'll drop back. Settle onto his haunches one more time down the back straightaway. Gassing around the outside now. Trying to set Coons up for a pass, but the Wiley veteran's ready for him. Heads to the wall, goes Christopher Bell, and Bell has got his hands full. Needs that transfer spot. Forget about the top three. They're running fence post formation down into the corner. It's all about Jerry Coons Jr. holding off Christopher Bell in the 21 car. And that battle for the final transfer as the white flag comes out for your race leader, Holly Holland, up front. Can Bell get the job done? Coons says not going to happen. She'll take her down into the corner. Hustle out of turn number 2 and down the back chute. Bell looks around the outside. One shot at Coons coming to the checker, and he's got him. Boom, baby. Right at the very end, got Jerry Coons Jr. for a transfer spot into the big dance. Jerry Coons Jr. just got his pocket picked. Holly Holland up front, putting on a show. The Broken Arrow, Oklahoma runner, running away with that one. 0.8 of a second advantage for Holly. She'll pick up the win. Brady Bacon, Cannon McIntosh, and Christopher Bell squeaks in with the last corner pass over Jerry Coons Jr. We're going to send it down to Haley for an interview with Holly.
Car number 67K out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Give it up for the 17-year-old Miss Holly Holland.
Holly Holland, congratulations on that qualifier win. This track looks like it's shaping up to be a big challenge. Is it shaping up to your liking or to a challenge for you?
Man, that was tough. That was really hard. It's getting really rough, and I felt like I got a little bit tight. Like halfway on, I felt like we lost a little bit of speed, but it's hard to run a cushion like this. I knew Christopher was coming behind me, so I knew I had to get out front and make some good laps on the top. You know, I think we made some really good laps, and I think we made some really bad laps, but learning from my mistakes going into the future, we should be sitting pretty good after a good heat race. I'm thankful to drive such a fast Sirius XM for Keith Kins Motorsports.
Holly Holland, and those good laps certainly carried her through here in this qualifier.
We get set to go this qualifier number 2. Pursley making some room in the number 9 car. Kind of shuffled out wide. Now let's throw him down into the corner. Keep your eye on the number 42 car. A little flash of speed from him earlier on during the heat race. He'll gas her down in the corner for Hank Davis. Davis looking for a crossover into the number 3 spot. Back down a 3-car battle. Here comes the 71 of Carrick down the inside. Peddling for all he's worth with Colwell, rather. He's the 71 Case Carrick. 71 of Colwell into the number 4 spot. We still got him side by side back behind. A ripper. Colwell got himself a little sideways, gives up some distance to the top 3. Battle for your race lead, perhaps. Out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. The 9 car's got it personally. And Bodine's coming in number 15. Takes a little peeky poo down low. And gasses back out across the racing surface. It is bad fast here tonight still in these qualifiers. Good move. Valid number 67, Logan Seavey, into the number 4 spot. Made a move on to 71 and shuffles Colwell back. Your challenge down into the corner. Seavey working on Davis. Got to run down to the inside. Cross flags are out. He'll pick up the number 3 position. Scored there as he slides across the nose and clips the whiskers on the 42. Look out! Oh, hot pucker factor. 15 car. Got crossed up for Cole Bodine. And I thought he was going to get T-boned down the back straightaway. Hats off and a tip of the cap to the number 42 for the avoidance maneuver coming out of Hank Davis. Quick twitch muscle fibers at work for him. Alex Bright in the number 5 spot. That's the non-X variety. Green flag comes out and away we go. Bright trying to get her hunkered back in. Beautiful move by Seavey up front. That crossover coming down off the banking. Got Pursley picked off, and now Davis is going to try to do the same. Out of turn number 4, a little drag race down into the corner. Slide job across the nose. Davis goes to the number 2 spot. Pursley shuffle back into 3rd on the field. The challenge now coming out Alex Bright. Will duke it out with Colwell to 71. Colwell trying to hold him off to give back Classic Ride. Looks out, a little bump wide, and Bright trying to stay out of the side of it. Opens himself up to attack, and Zeb Wise gets through the 39 BC car. Wise and Bright now duke it out. Colwell making a move for the number 3 spot. Zeb Wise on a march. Got around the outside of Brighton. He's not done yet. He'll go to the inside of Dyson Pursley. White flag is out up front. Big slide job and a ripper for the 39 BC car. And here comes Zeb down into the corners. We got one up and over on the back straightaway. Red flag coming out on this one. My goodness gracious. Wow. At number 2 spot. He's going to have his hands full of Seavey. Seavey gasses it up, and we got him. Oh, that's not good. Chain reaction ourselves back through the field. That'll put Alex Bright around the number 9 car, though. Kind of paid out in his favor. He'll try to pick up a spot. Personally, back around the outside. They'll go side by side, wheel to wheel down into the corner. Checkered flag comes out, and that white checker finish. And we get her into the books. So Seavey picking up the win. Hank Davis, Jesse Colwell, Zeb Wise, and Dyson Pursley rounding out those top 5, and that'll do it for qualifier number 2 as we'll bring Seavey down here. And Seavey, the number 67 car, started back in the number 7 spot. For the record, was able to race his way into the win here in qualifier number 2.
Speedway Toyota. Bullet by Spike Chassis car number 67, your winner of qualifier number 2 out of Sutter, California. The 2017 POWRi Lucas Oil National Midget Driving Champion, Logan Seavey.
Logan Seavey, that qualifier winner, congratulations. Now, talk me through that. In the turn 1, when you capitalized, you really had to be on the money.
Yeah, I definitely needed a heat race, needed a qualifier like that after the heat race we had, and you know, we tried to be there right on their bumper every time somebody made a mistake. It was still a little bit tough to pass, especially 1 and 2, and you know, our teammate Dason did a heck of a job there the first half of the race, and unfortunately just got tight there on the restart, and it hurt him. But you know, that's how racing goes. You just got to be ready when they make mistakes.
There you have it, Logan Seavey. We're racing for passing points here, and he just worked his way up from the second to the last row. How about that performance, Logan Seavey? Back up top.
Shoot. Oh, we're ready and raring. Unleash the hounds onto the front straightaway. A little contact down to that corner, trying to get him going. Sarf has got a pretty good hot rod on the restarts. I'm not sure he's going to even hang on to the number 3 spot as we got him bouncing off each other back behind. Almost put one into the wall. And Sarf now attacks for P2 on the field down the inside. Good drive, good run on the number 98 of Paget. Paget not able to hold him off. He'll get followed back into the number 3 position. Meanwhile, up front, Chris Andrews got the bit in his teeth, and he's headed for the barn as we're going to bounce one off the wall. And a midi Logan Seavey maneuver down the corner, and he is slow for the number 98 car. Not sure he's going to be able to clear. I think we're going to have to throw the caution on him. Well, he got her to the infield. We stay green. We stay green. I did not see that one coming. As Chris Andrews up front, is Cowboy up. I'm here to tell you, he's got that thing. I don't think it has a throttle. It's got a toggle switch in there, and he flipped it on. Now he's just hanging on, doing the best he can with what he's got. It's pretty good. He'll show the way around. Sarf in the number 2 spot. Felker into number 3 position. That 44 S car digging the pond. Tucker Klossmeyer rounding out the top 4. Klossmeyer goes out wide. Might be able to get around. Felker in the 44 car before it's all said and done. Cross flags are out. Klossmeyer starting to diamond off the racetrack. Grab a little gravity down the back straightaway. Didn't work out to his advantage. He's got a good run around the cushion. Out of turn number 4. It'll blaze her down into the corner. It's a little tight getting into turn number 1. That'll cost him some distance. That battle for the number 2 or 3 spot rather, tremendous. 2 different lines around the racetrack for that. I'm sure. And Chris Andrews up front there, the 95 car, going to bring it around to be 2 to go. This time by the starter stand. As he is putting a whooping on him. 21K S car Carter Sarf running at the number 2 spot, was there for a little while. Now has lost his grip. Back behind the battle for third still ensues. Andrew Felker and Tucker Klossmeyers. Whoa, up and over on the front straightaway. All by his lonesome to the infield. We got people scrambling. That was a hard hit. Just got wide and climbed the wall. And Becker right at the flag stand. I'll guarantee you that about took his wristwatch off. My goodness gracious. So we are set to go back to green out of turn number 4. Qualifier number 3, Andrews, good start. Feathered the throttle and got that baby moving forward very nicely. He'll leap away from the field. Back behind Klossmeyer, not able to make a run at the number 3 spot. We will chase sounds, at least temporarily, for the number 2 positions. The white flag comes out and almost got there time. Little slide job out across the track, and Sarf was waiting on it. He'll come right back at the 44 of Felker, and Felker's not able to hold him off, or is he? He's got to run to the outside. Checkered flag comes out. Oh, Sarf got him. He got him. Back around Felker to 44 S car. Klossmeyer finished out in the number 4 spot. Edwards 5th on the field. Up front is Chris Andrews picking up the win to 95. So he started on the outside of row number 1, took over as captain of the vessel, and never gave it up the entire qualifier. We'll send her down to Haley.
And Jimmy Miller owned. Conway Handyman Services, Bell Helmets, Advanced Racing Suspensions, Esslinger Powered Boss, your winner of this qualifier out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Give it up for the 30-year-old Chris Andrews.
Chris Andrews, as we heard from another driver earlier tonight, you are a serious threat, and you just reiterated that with that qualifier win. Walk us through that race.
Well, shout out to my car owners, Jim and Teresa Miller. I appreciate you guys bringing a hot rod down here so we get a chance to come play. Justin made some adjustments after that heat race, and man, it was awesome. And this advanced racing suspension, Boss Jassy, Esslinger motor was on rails tonight. So see what we can do for the feature.
Between the driver and those changes, it sure paid off for Chris Andrews here in this qualifier. Back to you.
So that'll take us into POWRi Lucas Oil National Midget League qualifier number 4. And your lineup looks like this. See if he's got the steed to do the deed as we start to pick up the pace. Green flag set to fly. Good start up front, and he's not the first one into the corner. Big charge coming off the bottom, props open the door, and here comes Ace in the number 28 car. Look out. Snapped it loose. A little too much horsepower. As he spun the tires coming out of the corner, cost him that spot. Now Marcham's going to be your leader down at turn number 1 and 2. He was setting himself up to cross over, get down to the inside on Mitchell Davis. Davis is right there. Ace McCarthy in the top 3-car breakaway. So we'll hustle it into the corner. Hahn's going to come to call to number 52 as he goes right to the fence down the front straightaway. Blake Hahn on the gas, working that cushion out. Turn number 2 and down the back chute. Watch the run down to the inside. Little slider up across Mitchell's nose. And to the fence, and he's got the number 3 spot picked off. Mitchell trying to come back at him. Behind the 11B car is there as well, dabbling around. Kaylee Bryson going side by side with the number 44 car, Wesley Smith, and the battle taking place a little deeper back in the field. Smith got 2 up, picked off. Good drive coming off the bottom for Wesley. And he's got something. He'll put the spurs to it. Out turn number 2 and down back straightaway in the number 4 spot. Race leader up front, forget about him. Marcham stepping out on the fields. We got contact, chaos. We got a left rear tire off. The 3 car, and he's just going to gas it up and trying to continue on. Ain't happening. They're motioning to the infield. Davis out of contention. We stay green flag on the racetrack and putting our lap into the books. It'll be 4 to go, that time by the starter stand. For Trey Marcham up front's got a 1.2 second advantage over the number 28, Ace McCarthy. McCarthy running second. Blake Hahn is third. Then the 44 car of Wesley Smith rolling for all he's worth down on the inside of the racetrack. He's the first one to come off the top shelf. Chisholm a little loose getting into the corner, helps himself up to attack further back in the field, but I believe this song has been sung. Tanner Carrick, the 71K car, started last row. And right now scored 5th on the field, so he's essentially halved his way through. He might be the high points earner as the white flag is out for Marcham up front. Gone in that number 32 car. He's got to wait on it for a while. Coming out of the corners there, you see him kind of sitting in there waiting for the thing to hook back up again. Checkered flag. He'll pick up the win. Hahn with the move coming out of the 4 out of nowhere. Oh! Almost got McCarthy. McCarthy held off Blake Hahn by 31 thousandths of a second as they crossed over the stripe. 31 thousandths of a second. The finish line just about it's 1 post before the flag stand. And McCarthy got away with by the skin of his teeth hanging on to that spot. As we'll send it down, Trey Marcham to the front stretch, and Haley's got the interview.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, driving the Bob Meacham owned Select Coatings, Soil Tech, Walker Filters, Esslinger Power Spike, your winner of the 4th and final qualifier out of Newcastle, Oklahoma. Give it up for Trey Marcham.
Trey Marcham, you had an outstanding lead there, about a 2-second lead, a little over 2 seconds here at the checkered flag. How did you get that done?
Yeah, I don't know, man. The track's way fast right now, so just kind of got to, put your big boy panties on and hold on to the wheel, because this A-main's going to be nuts.
Fast track, fast driver, fast qualifier here. Congratulations, your Toyota Racing Development Qualifier 4 winner, Trey Marcham.
Started racing when he was 4. See if he can get himself up front. We're taking the top 3. It's so far not so good for him. He's down on the inside. Good battle up front for your race lead, however. We'll take him down the back straightaway. Blake Edwards, 17 car, trying to lead lap number 1's got some company to the outside, and a big old row down into the corner for Kaylee Bryson. Looks fast. She'll go to the number 1 spot right around the outside, just ripped the numbers off of Blake Edwards in the 17 E-cars. He'll slide her across the nose, trying to hang on to the number 2 spot to no avail. Down the inside goes Dayson. Dayson goes to P2. Right back at him comes Edwards, and this thing is shaping up to be a heck of a feature event later on tonight. Out looking in is Tyler Thomas. He's coming from the number 4 spot, looking for 3rd down the front straightaway. Digging around the bottom, slides out across, almost ran out of real estate and bumped the tires. Barely got away with it. Oh, look out. That was not a good one. Not a good one for Edwards. That almost cost him. Dayson right back into the number 2 spot. Edwards is just slinging it around here like he's attached by suspenders to the flagpoles. We got a spinner, and that's Tyler Thomas around. My goodness gracious. We running midgets or yo-yos out there? It's Tyler Thomas going tail of the field. He is not going to be a happy camper about that. Here we go. Green flag. Blake Edwards up front. He's already under attack. Here comes Dayson down the inside. Takes him side by side right up to the cushion. Crossover with a big diamond maneuver. That was a 90-degree pivot at the top of the racetrack coming out of Edwards. He tries to hang on to the race lead. He can't do it. Pursley goes to the number 1 spot. Edwards, look out, caught the curb, snapped that baby around. He quickly wheels it back under control. And a challenge out for your final transfer spot. Here comes Chance Morton. 7M car down the inside. Bounces on through around Edwards, and the 17 E-car shuffle back into the number 4 spot temporarily, right back to 3rd. And Morton, one more charge down off the banking and down the back straightaway. Top 3 to advance out of this B-main event. The 7M car is giving it everything he's got, trying to run down a transfer spot. Edwards kind of settled into a rhythm now, starting to put some distance on him. He'll pick up 4 car length advantage down into turn number 3 and 4 and onto the front straightaway. Speaking of the front straightaway, Dayson already passed it across with 4 laps to go. Cushion of comfort between himself. The battle lies a little further back in the field. Look out, the Parker, Colorado runner just got blazed up coming out turn number 2 as the 8M car battles his way out of the corner. Cade Morton coming from the tail of the field. Oh, trouble. Trouble for Edwards. Caution flag coming out. That thing shut down. I don't know what broke on it, but it shut down like he went full flaps out of turn number 2, and he goes to a halt against the backstretch wall. On the 11B car, she is not out of a win here in this B-main just yet. We'll gas him down into the corner. Bold move down on the inside, skipping through the infield, as a matter of fact, and a challenge for the number 3 spot coming out of Cade Morton. And Morton is right there. He'll do it again in turn number 3 and 4, kick dust in the face of his competitors, and he's trying to get a run on Chance's brother. He's got him. Got him down in the corner, and he is catfishing the bottom and somehow made it work, and Chance comes right back at him with a slider. Well, a driver down into turn number 3 and 4. White flags out up front. That's your final transfer spot. Tyler Thomas from the tail of the field. Holy hot mama, here he comes. Woo! Puts the whip to it across the nose. We got a spinner into the corner. Checkered flag comes out. Thomas has got the number 3 spot. Caution flag coming out. We're going to find out if he got it for sure or not. I'm not sure. We're not showing any laps left. Thomas missed it. Thomas missed it. They crossed the line dead even. The timing and scoring. You got to remember scoring loops right before the flag stand. And timing and scoring is showing Tyler Thomas 4th on the field by 0 thousandths of a second. He was into the, well, 10,000ths. He was into the 10 thousandths of a second. He missed a transfer spot on Chance Morton. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. All transponders are mounted in the exact same spot because they have a diagram. They show them where to mount them. And that is a done deal. We know that. But Tyler Thomas just missed a transfer spot by nothing. Incredible. Dayson Pursley, Kaylee Bryson, and Chance Morton. We're going to listen in to Chili. Make sure we're correct on this.
7M of Chance Morton.
Inside of row number 1, Tanner Carrick, 71K car set to the outside. Newman and Bright on row number 2. As the green flag is set to flutter. And we're underway. Yeah, taking those top 3 to the big dance. As around the outside goes Bright. Well, maybe not. Newman trying to hold him off. Bright has to tap the binders, getting into the corner, costing him some distance. Now put Newman into the number 3 spot. Sam Johnson, 19J car, out looking in as well in the number 5 position. We had a brief shot at your race lead on Carrick out of Jerry Coons Jr. Coons is going to catfish around the bottom himself in a 25 car, hanging on to the P2 and protected on the slide job down turn number 3 and 4. Newman trying to get off the bump spot. 3N car pursuing Jerry Coons Jr. back behind. We're 3 wide out of turn number 2. We got a spinner down the corner. We stay green flag. Able to continue on for Michelle Decker. As we're going to the cushion down to turn number 1 and 2 on the racetrack, although Chisholm's trying something down on the inside, the 56X car. Turn number 3 and 4, the lane has changed, and the first one to get the memo was Tanner Carrick. Carrick continues to work on hanging on to his advantage over the rest of the field. Battle lies back behind, but we're only taking the top 3 in Newman right now on the bump spot. Alex Bright needs to change up something to run down that 3N because he ain't getting there. He is P4. He can see the top 3, just cannot get him within these clutches. We got 2 of them tangled up and pivoted around down turn number 2, bring out the caution flag. And that's a break for Bright, which is harder to say than I anticipated going into that sentence.
I believe it's Cole Bodine, car number 15.
Needs to get with the gusto if he's going to get transfer into the big dance coming out of this B main event. Carrick onto the throttle. That curve down the corner is vicious. Whenever you get in there a little bit jacked up, that's what Dom did. Got pulled sideways, and he's under full-scale attack a little further back in the field as we bring him out. The cross flags come out of the flag stand. Top 4 cars breaking away. Alex Bright down on the bottom, 2-footing it out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. He's going to catch a little company out of Sam Johnson. To see you, Sam, in a 19J car. A little too hot down in turn number 3 and 4. And Kokomo Joe's ride. Up out, caught the curb and almost darted into the wall in turn number 1 and 2, and he is all over the place. Just trying to get something done. However the case may be, as we got a spinner down at turn at number 1 and 2, and Chisholm's around. Or maybe not. Yeah, it's Chisholm. Okay, so what's crazy about this is I noticed now that I talked about the 2 cars being identical, and that's what's throwing me off. We have one with a bright visor at the top. That's Alex Bright in that one, but it's a 56X on his car. And this one down here also a 56X. That's Mark Chisholm. So they literally down in central PA, surrounded by the posse. Here we go. Good start. Bright on Newman. Got a driver down to the inside. Newman barely escapes around the outside. The 3N car back into the number 3 spot for him. Bright still under attack. Look out. Came up, gave him a little punch in the rump down turn number 3 and 4. Bright digging down on the inside, trying to make something happen. He's got a pretty good drive. He needs to keep Newman out wide and get a run to the inside onto the front straightaway. And here comes out Alex Bright. Can't quite get there. Oh, he's got him this time. He'll slide her up across and force Newman off his line. As Newman's got to drop the nose and try to come back on the Collegeville, Pennsylvania runner. Can't get there. And that final transfer spot, and Alex Bright's got it. Now drives away from Jake Newman. Newman, the 3N car, running 4th on the field. Behind him, 3 wide out of turn number 2. And Sam Johnson in a tussle with Zach Dom. And the number 18, Attorney Bruce Jr. White flag is out up front. That's a great battle deep in the B main event. As Dominator slides one into the corner. Up front, however, picking up the win. Tanner Carrick got a bad push there as he got tight late in this game. And fortunately able to hang on and pick up the win. Jerry Coons Jr. goes second. Alex Bright, your 3 transfers. Coming out of semi number 2. Jake Newman does not make it in.
Ladies and gentlemen, you wanted the best, forget the rest. You got the cars and the driving stars of the POWRi Lucas Oil National Midget League.
Here we go. You know how this next part is said. Say it with me. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. That's right. It's time to drop the hammer. Or not. Oh, that didn't look good. Well, we got him on anyhow. We'll see what happens down here on the other end whenever we bring him out of turn number 2. Up front, it's going to be Seavey, your race leader, at least temporarily, still 3 wide back in the field as anticipated. This is racy top to bottom out here. Seavey down into the corners, got a hot pursuit coming out of the McIntosh. 08 car down the inside trying to make a move on the 42 car. Couldn't quite pull it off. Still Blazer into the corner and down the front chute. Still side by side, back and behind, looking for some heavy movers, some quick movers. Hank Davis hanging tough in the number 2 spot. You got to go back to about 5th on the field to find your first battle. That's going to be the number 71, working off the bottom. Slides her down in. A lot of sparks coming off the binders on that. I'm looking back through the field trying to find somebody, and you know exactly who it is. See how far he's made it up through. Christopher Bell. He's coming. Working through the field down into the cushion he goes. He's picked off more than a handful or two of cars. So he works down on the inside. Meanwhile, up front, Seavey trying to run away and hide. Here comes McIntosh. Shot at the number 2 spot. Couldn't get around Davis. Davis able to hold him off. And Cannon McIntosh down on the inside. Scratches around to turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Back behind him, we got the 21 KS car rolling along. Carter Sarf sliding on through. Now the 42 car, just for the record, Hank Davis, he is not tripping the trigger. He is tripping into the wall, though. Oh, my. Ricocheted off and back onto the racing surface. His transponder's not functioning. No wonder the way he's bouncing around. And a number 42 car. He'll power his way out. Now to turn number 4 he comes, running for all he's worth. Blake Hahn starting to reel off some distance on those front runners as well. As a 21 car moves his way up through. He is up to the number 10 spot for Christopher Bell. Trying to make something happen. I don't think he's going to get there. He needs a little bit of help as he gets motioned forward from the stands. Big slide job down into the corner for Bell. Picked off 2 cars as your race leader starting to head towards lap traffic. Logan Seavey up front has got a nice old gap back to Carter Sarf, or I'm sorry, Cannon McIntosh rather. Ripping that number 2 spot. As McIntosh, look out, skipped her down in the corner, almost got into the wall. Able to power out of it somehow and hang on. As back behind, we're slicing on through. 4-car cluster coming out, turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Brady making a Macho Man, locked in that little bit of tuffles. Christopher Bell goes to 3 wide, out of turn number 2 and down the back chute, makes a move and picks up another spot or 2, and now he's got some clean air to work with. He might be able to hustle it up and run down the 52 of Blake Hahn. His caution flag coming out, slow one, top side, and that's going to be McIntosh off his feed. And that is a tough break. So I believe we're getting one to go. A green flag this time. Sorry, coming out of the corner. We were watching down the hot pit area a little too quick, too much. Here comes Blake Hahn, 52 car slide jump across the nose of 71. Jesse Colwell. Colwell right back at him into the number 4 position, still side by side back behind. Bring her down the front chute. Hank Davis hanging tough in the number 2 spot. And again, he gets caught by the curb down there and kind of whipped around. And gasses that baby back up. Looking back behind, Brady making a Macho Man, working his way through the field. Here comes Christopher Bell to work on Blake Hahn. Down the inside goes Bell, out across. Look out, Hahn. Hahn and Bell almost come together as we got one up and over at turn number 1. Red flag coming out. 2 cars, I believe, touching tires down there. Sent one up into the wall.
1 car involved is the 11B of Riley, or Kaylee Bryson.
Flip back over again, and I believe that's a 67K. Holly Holland getting flipped back onto her feet. She was up into the wall down at turn number 1. She's already coming out of the race car, so she is good to go. A tough break. And again, 16 laps remain. Seavey up front's got a little bit of a gap. 42, Hank Davis laying back on him. Was trying to time it right and get a little bit of a run. It cost him, however. It's a gamble. Didn't pay off. Sarf down the inside. Look at the number 2 spot quickly. He's looked out over the cushion. Goes Colwell. And back onto the racing surface. And here comes the run on Hahn. Out of Christopher Bell. He is down low. Cross flags are out. We're halfway through this one. Hahn holds him up. Bell can't quite get the job done. He is in hot pursuit, and she is rough and tumbled out that end of the racetrack. And now Colwell goes to work on Hahn for the number 4 spot. Bell goes top shelf. And down the inside, 71 car goes to the number 4 position. Picked him off. Had the door propped open, and Bell wasn't there to capitalize on it. He trails on back through. We're side by side back behind the 27 of Tucker Klossmeyer starting to work through the fields. Look out. We got one stop top side of the racetrack. Caution flag coming out. Caution is back up again. And what a tremendous cushion on the top shelf. That's one into 52. Blake Hahn. Here comes the green flag. We're back underway. Charge down the inside. Look out, contact, and away we go. Oh, my. Jesse Colwell tried down on the inside, and there was no clearance to be found for that maneuver. And Carter Sarf gets tore up from the floor up And the 21 KS cars, the officials out checking either radio and in. It looks like he is okay. Green flag comes out. We're back underway. Good charge down into the corner for Seavey. Davis, and look out, a little slip of the grip for Colwell. 2 cars get by, and he gets shuffled back into the number 5 spot. Hahn capitalized, Bell capitalized. Now Bell goes to work on Hahn. Watch the run down in turn number 1 and 2. Slide out across the racetrack, and Hahn too quick for him. Slipped on through with the old Grease Weasel maneuver down in turn number 3 and 4. Everybody going to the bottom at that end of the racetrack and staying away from the cushion. So we saw a couple of them hopping to get into the wall, and here comes Bell. Another run at Hahn. Hahn turns him back to the inside. Bell can't make it stick. Has to get out of the throttle as Hahn almost clipped the left front tire on the 21 car. And here comes Bell around the outside. Sets him up, and he gets there. Shuts down Blake Hahn, and now picks up the number 3 spot, and he's on the podium. 2 more to go for Christopher Bell to remain undefeated. He has got to hustle for all he's worth if he's going to run down Hank Davis in the 42, let alone Logan Seavey up front, who's got, well, almost a half-track advantage over the number 21 car. Everybody falling into the line back behind. Blake Hahn still running 4th on the field, 5th for now. Rolls out of the corner, and that's the 21 of Brady Bacon, the Macho Man, coming from back in the number 12 spot. Reels in the number 52 car, and they battle out for number 4 on the field. Side by side by side, back through, and now Zeb Wise finding some speed on the outside. He goes to the slick and down turn number 3 and 4, and is making something happen around the outside. Crossover, and he'll go to work on Jerry Cooch Jr. with a slide job down into the corner. Just as I said, he wasn't getting much done. He's starting to work his way up through the field, and maybe too little, too late. We power for all our worth. Seavey still your race there, slow one. Klossmeyer off the pace. Caution flag coming out. Tough break for Klossmeyer. Has not had a good 2 nights despite the run from 23rd to 5th last night. It still wasn't a stellar night for him early in the evening. Now he is not having a stellar night late in the evening for the number 27 cars. He brings out the caution flag here with 7 laps remaining. With the Bell sitting back in the number 3 spot, Hank Davis in the middle. Davis almost had that one timed right, and here comes Bell on the attack instantly down the bottom, looking for the number 2 spot. Strike fast, strike hard. Davis not going to be able to turn it back to the inside. Christopher Bell goes to the number 2 spot. The crowd comes to its feet, and here we go. Logan Seavey up front. You got some company coming, and it's Christopher Bell. Oh, hard into the curb. Peeled some sod off and slung her down into the pit area. Back behind, good side-by-side run. Klossmeyer's pulled off to the infield. But up front, it is Logan Seavey catfishing off the bottom. Christopher Bell's got to run him down. 5 laps to go that time by. Davis got a fuel cell loose back in the number 42 car. You can see it bobbling around on the back of his race car as he is rolling along the number 3 spot. Hahn's running 4th on the field, side by side. It's the Macho Man, Brady Bacon, and now Zeb Wise come together down the corner. They keep it out. Bell's run down your race leader up front. We got action front to back, and Seavey takes him across for the next lap. Here comes Christopher Bell. Slider down into the corner, a little slide job on himself to run off some distance on that top spot. Seavey out in front. Christopher Bell's giving it everything he's got. Under full sail with 2 laps to go. White flag coming out the next time by. Seavey's right there. It's got to be perfect. He knows Bell's behind him. He'll go to the bottom. Bell goes to the top. 21 car hustling hard off the top shelf. White flag is out. Final voyage of velocity. Seavey with the bobble. Bell slide job. Seavey back to the inside's got the number 1 spot back away to 67 car. Bell's got one more shot out of turn number 4. Not going to get there in time. Seavey picks up the win. Christopher Bell goes to the number 2 position. And finishing out 3rd on the field, it'll be the number 42 of Hank Davis. Oh, man. Finally suffers, quote-unquote, defeat, the number 2 spot. I don't know how you call it that. Christopher Bell driving his way up through from the number 14 to fall just a bit shy, and his streak comes to an end. He is now 9 for 10 in Turnpike Challenge competition. The crowd on its feet, absolutely incredible. The top 3 headed to victory lane. And what a race. What a race. Man, Logan Seavey's got to be pumped about that. Met the challenges. We're going to send it down to Haley.
Motorsports, Mobile One, JBL Toyota, Speedway Toyota powered Bullet by Spike Chassis. Ladies and gentlemen, picking up his 9th career victory. Let him hear you, Logan Seavey.
celebrating with his team here. Logan Seavey, we're going to grab a word with him. Congratulations on this big win. How about that for a redemption round?
Yeah, man, finally I beat this guy here in Oklahoma, so that was really cool. I was glad he was able to get up there and at least race, even if it was only for a lap there. I wouldn't have felt as good if he didn't get at least a second and give me a shot for the lead. So it's cool to know we beat him straight up. Been trying for so long and tried to give it away there those last 3 or 4 laps and kept getting tight in 1 and 2. And I got to thank whoever the Chris Bell fan was on the backstretch, because the harder he cheered, the closer I knew he was to me, and the more I knew I had to hit my mark. So, man, it's just so tough to beat this guy, and finally got it done. Hopefully we can do it again tomorrow.
And if you could summarize that last lap in 1 word, what would it be?
I knew I just kept messing up in 1 and 2, and then I kind of didn't get a good run off 4, and I figured he was close. Like I said, the guy on the backstretch is jumping up and down, fist pumping, and so I knew he was really close. And I just had to hit the bottom, get that moisture off 2 to get back next to him so I could hit the bottom of 3 and 4.
And who do you want to thank for this big win?
Man, I can't thank Toyota TRD enough for getting me here and giving me this opportunity, and Pete and Keith enough for believing in me. And then, Al's been getting this thing dialed in all week for us, and this thing was doing wheelies the whole feature. So this thing was a dream to drive.
The mayor of Wheelie City, let's give it up for your winner, Logan Seavey. Christopher Bell, one of our hard chargers. You charged all the way up here, almost claimed that win. How satisfied are you with your performance tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy. Did you guys enjoy that race? Yeah, that's pretty cool. So I'm glad we were able to, put on a show there for the fans. And obviously I'm disappointed to break the streak, but you can't win them all. So to be able to run second to my teammate, he's been, pushing me around for a couple of these races anyways. So the racetrack was really, really hard. Obviously there's a big hole getting into turn 1 there, so you had to really make sure that you took care of yourself, didn't get tight. So very technical, a lot of fun to race.
And you were pushing so hard throughout all of this A main. Talk about just how hard were you white-knuckling it out there and pushing?
Yeah, it was tough, and it just didn't really fall my way. There were a couple times where, I'd make a move and kind of get, my momentum broken, and then it took me a little bit to get by a couple guys whenever they were racing each other. So ultimately just started too far back.
Let's give it up for your second place finisher and hometown runner, Christopher Bell. Hank Davis, you started up here in the front row here in the A main. You held on, were able to claim a podium finish. What's going through your mind?
It's pretty unreal. I know you get beat, but those are probably the 2 best to get beat by, and I couldn't be more happy, honestly.
And what are you going to take from tonight's feature into tomorrow?
Just get better. We've been struggling with motor and brakes all weekend, and it's just kind of tough to get going on the restart. I think if I could have got a good restart, I could have maybe hung around, but without restarts, just kind of got my doors blown off.
Let's hope you can build on this tomorrow. Congratulations on the 3rd place finish.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Let's give it up for your top 3.